Brion to go with a pick like that, especially into Rascal.
And especially into Rascal's Renekton as well, that he loves so much. This is, in fact, guys, the first game that Akali wasn't banned, the first game that Akali wasn't picked or looked at or anything. So she got through the draft entirely. It's like everyone's spaced on her. Maybe she's been banned. I don't know. Maybe she's global banned. We didn't get that memo, though. And thankfully, both Fred Brion and Gen.G did. But these are some interesting compositions. A lot of magic damage coming out on the side of Gen.G, though. And we'll see whether Rascal can get big enough to really augment that with the physical damage he offers. Ruler does like the Nashor's Tooth, a variety of the Kai'Sa.
Yeah.
And so we'll have to see.
It's a great point. I mean, it'll be interesting to see if Fred Brion can get to a place where they can itemize against a lot of that AP damage and perhaps play this 1-4 comp that is extremely difficult to a high level against a great team. I'm not so sure, but I'm willing to be proven wrong.
Yeah, looking forward to it. This is going to be a good one. Fred Brion, their debut in the LCK, formerly High Fresh Brion, formerly Brion Blade. And now they've settled on Fred Brion so that they could bring us the bro, which is absolutely fantastic. Very, very happy about that.
Yeah. I don't actually know the process for choosing the acronym, you know?
Yeah, I don't know either.
But this time around, this year, 2021, we've had two of, I don't know if you can call it the best, but the most obvious, I guess, to the Western audience at least. Obviously, you know, these are Korean teams. Maybe they just don't even, you know, care or realize about it. But, you know, DK, Donkey Kong, that's like the first thing I think of.
I know,
and obviously
it's so
bro
good.
is just, you know, bro. Speaking of which.
I'm looking forward to Fred Brion versus Afrika Freaks. That is going to be a fun one, acronym-wise. But we've got a bit of a pause, Valdez. So now I'm going to have to tell the collective, I'm going to have to come clean. I said this when we introduced the show, you know, how you're doing, as if I hadn't seen you. We literally just came from the immigration office that we'd went to earlier today. So we have, of course, already hung out. And I felt like I was being disingenuous to you guys at home. So I apologize. But yeah, we've got visas now, guys. We're going to be okay. Everything's fine. Of course, I don't think anyone was worried. But just to confirm, you know, we're legal people in Korea again.
Yeah, it's you know,
the refresh has happened.
The refresh, as you mentioned, the renewal of the visa, much easier than getting a whole new one, which is, you know, what's going on with Chronicler, who's eventually going to come on down and join us here on the LCK broadcast. So
yeah.
Hopefully that goes smoothly. Seems like it is so far. Not sure what the delay is here.
Yeah.
I saw the camera go
Maybe
straight
it's
to
lava with, yeah. Little bit of a UI issue, and we're just going to restart the client. We've seen this a couple of times. I think it happened to Carrier on day one and things like that. As, here we are, back into the game. Never mind. Right as we explain the issue is no longer.
Yeah.
And we've got Poros sticking their tongues out, having a great time. Very interested in how Hoya's going to do in this matchup. It was, I believe it was Canna that catastrophically messed up the Quinn versus Renekton last year.
You might be correct.
Sorry to call him out, but I think that was the time where, you know, the late game Renekton 1v1 the Quinn, which just felt completely wrong.
It's a pick that on paper we've seen so many times. Obviously, they pick it for a reason, right? It's kind of like a solo queue-esque pick where it's like, okay, well, you can dominate the lane. You're going to have a fun time against the Renekton, but in pro play, it doesn't always work out that way. So, you know, and oftentimes has not. We've seen good teams play it against not as good teams and fail. It just doesn't have a great win rate here in Korea for this matchup, but... You know, it shows a lot of guts to go for something like that again against Rascal.
Yep. And also, you know, it works in it worked in China, you know, so it does work. We say it's a theoretical counterpick. That's only because of its win rate here in Korea. Elsewhere, you know, the Quinn does work into the Renekton, but we'll see how Hoya's going to do. We did have a look at Lava versus BDD stats. 2019 was the year of the Lava. Outside of that, BDD really has had his number for the most part, so have to keep our eye on that matchup at the moment. BDD was trading very, very effectively in there.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, dear. Wow.
Yeah.
He autoed a minion. He wanted the farm more than he wanted the harass. Fair enough.
Yeah. You know, wanted to make sure he's hitting all those minions. Think he missed 3, if I'm not mistaken. I think you get 19 from the first 3 waves. I'm no LS,
right.
but, you know.
Yeah. You're no LS, but you're still not impressed,
Yeah.
as it turns out.
Oh, that missed.
Oh, that was so close. What?
Yeah.
We need another pause BDD. I reckon that's a gimme. That's a mulligan. Let's go again.
It's actually...
He might in a few seconds.
It's pushing into BDD now. I could let it kind of push. They both have TP, though, so... You know.
Yeah, not going to be a huge deal.
BDD. Oh, redemption!
Junglers. Oh, level 4.
This guy's good.
Maybe Lava is one of the best.
Well, clearly.
Oh, goodness me. Look at that.
He didn't move forward and use it on the minions to push. I guess he wants to stick in.
No, it doesn't hit the minions anymore.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Yeah. I made that mistake as well because I forgot that I read that patch note. You know, sometimes you just go back to your old brain, and so I was talking about it on day one. But thankfully, I was kindly reminded on Twitter as well as kicking myself on the broadcast.
Can't help it. The boomer brains, the old brains, they kick in every once in a while. It's just the way it is.
Yep.
But
well, Rascal taking a bit of harass, but this is pretty even up here on the top side of the map, Mr. Valdez. And Jungle is, Clid's a little bit in the lead as far as, like, the clear timing, but they've been trading camps almost exactly the same as they've gone around. We'll see who's going to make the first move as far as actually getting in amongst it.
you can see the way that bot lane is working right now. Delight actually moved back to give a lantern to Henna so he can get back to lane quicker. He missed a decent amount of the wave, so a bit unfortunate down there. Actually, Umti was even calling him out, Henna, saying, you know, you're probably going to lose the lane. It is ruler after all, in the interview.
Yeah, don't get too sad if you're down on CS.
You know, just keep your cool, don't tilt because you're going to get behind. And, you know, it's almost definitely, you know, it happens to the best of them against ruler, so...
In fact, it just basically happens to everyone against Ruler, let's be honest. Even in games that they lose, Ruler's generally pretty good. As, okay, a bit of harassment there. I really liked that that cull coming out from Rascal. Cull the Meek is what I'm referring to here, as Hoya is the one that does have an actual cull. Realized how confusing that was.
I mean, that's the way the trade is going to go all the way. The slice and dice forward, you just vault onto the Renekton and you gain some distance, and there's not much that he can do, but Rascal did play the trade out pretty well given the circumstances, and he's keeping up with the Cull Quinn, so that's really all you can ask for.
Yeah, it's probably going to be after Hoya's gone back the first time, tried to collect himself a serrated Dirk or something like that before they're going to be able to really start putting the screws in. But BDD, he wants to start pretty early. As far as getting this harassment down onto Hoya. Only 3 minions there as BDD will see whether he blast cones over. It looks like he will. Rascal started up the fight very early as he slices and dices away. Flash forward, ulti comes down, and BDD easily takes down that kill. Big thumbs up from Rascal as he's going to eliminate that wave at the same time. A great start for Gen.G.
Yeah, fantastic roam there from BDD. Really great timing. Able to just push the wave really fast and then begin moving up to the top side of the map. You'll notice... I'm not sure if he bought... No, I guess he probably only had the tier on the first back, or on when he did go for the roam. But either way, the point still stands. A great timing on the roam. Rascal goes in a bit early. You can see that, you know, he gets the turret aggro, but he just wanted to make sure that Hoya would stick around and not try to flash away, and that he could put his damage in as well, because Syndra's damage alone wouldn't have been enough. So a good play overall. The BDD did have to use his flash, but Hoya used flash cleanse. And everything is right in the world here for Gen.G getting a nice lead.
Yeah. It's just the classic DR, and he was dead. BDD pressing the outplay button, as people do like to call it. I like to just call it the gameplay button because, you know, there's so much mechanics involved with Scat of the Week.
You're a top gamer when you can press that button.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Sorry, unleash power, of course.
Yeah.
As Umti's down here on the bottom side. Scouting things out, just going to throw in a control ward and then back away, not wanting to give away his position or anything like that. Things quietening down on the Rift as Gen.G only have a slight gold lead after that first blood. It's not the end of the world as Hoya picks up a quiver before coming back.
Yeah.
What do you reckon the Quinn mythic of choice is going to be? I haven't really done much of the Quinn research so far.
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to maybe go for something like a Kraken Slayer or something. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how much attack speed he does build up for. Obviously, he should be building just for side laning. Quinn is not the champion that comes in, swoops in, and like 1v5s in a team fight. He's going to be looking to push fast. Going to be looking to 1v1. He can roam, obviously, with the ultimate and try to get to fights if Renekton's TP is down, faster than the Renekton. That's one spot where you can try to eke out a win in terms of a team fight with the Quinn. But other than that, going to be looking to split push as here we go, another fight.
Yeah, exactly. Big stun is going to go down, but there is a lantern. Not good enough, though, as lava is going to fall very early. Good hook is going to land onto Rascal, but he's got the dominance, a whole bunch of extra health, and he's going to have to press Q pretty soon to keep himself alive. Pause comes in, as Henna was just not able to participate in that fight. But, guys, he's in the bottom lane, so it's irrelevant to this particular battle.
Yeah, it doesn't really affect much.
How annoyed would you be if you were the other players, right? And like this dude who's just like sitting in a side lane farming is like, I gotta pause for a sec, guys. And like you're in the middle of a team fight. Oh, thankfully the disengage was successful there by Fred at Brion, so not really going to interrupt too much, but still, I'd be a bit peeved.
Yeah, and this is what happens when sometimes you gotta go remote, you gotta play from home. You can have issues like this. Delight says, I'll do my best to show our team's own play style. And I suppose that's kind of the idea they've started off with, at least with the cheeky Quinn pick.
Yep. I'm assuming that it's going to be Gale Force Quinn. You can see how that would work out. Having 2 dashes against Renekton seems like the right amount of dashes to have against Renekton.
It's definitely, very safe and offers you kind of extra utility as well, kind of in the way of Graves.
Yeah, that's true. I thought maybe something like a shield bow could be okay, but you don't really want to be getting in amongst it and staying alive. It's more about, like you were saying, side laning. I was wondering whether Prowler's Claw might come out. We haven't really seen it at all in pro play, whether it be here, there, or anywhere. Bit of an update here. We've got an issue with Henna's PC. This might be what Umti was talking about, Henna's like, there must be something wrong with my PC. I'm down in farm.
Yeah.
No, it's not true. That's obviously not what's happening.
Yeah.
Who's that guy outside the door, Brendan?
Oh my god. Wait, that's what? Who's that guy? It's like when you're watching a stream and you're like, who is that behind you? There's nobody there. But actually this time there was somebody there. Maybe it was actually a ghost. That was pretty spooky.
That was really spooky. Whoa, okay. At least there's no windows behind Rascal, so we're going to be okay. Just a ref, and that's fine. That's allowed. And ruler, I guess.
Yeah.
BDD just wants to get back into the game, just like most of us. If you can see that chair just behind BDD, it's exactly the same as the office chair that I recently purchased.
Nice.
Very comfortable.
Nice.
100% would recommend.
Those are expensive.
Used to have a gaming chair. It was a bad. Oh, it wasn't that expensive actually. It was like 150 or something like that. But for a decent chair,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, if you're gonna do one of the crazy office chairs, the real fancy ones, it's like $1,000 or something.
The guy is still there. Wait. Who is that guy?
Is he on? He looks like he's on his tippy toes as well.
And he's like tilting
his
his
chin
how long
up.
are
you gonna? It's like he must have really powerful feet.
I mean, what is he even watching? There's no game going on. He's just peeking in. Maybe he's a ghost, actually.
Yeah, I don't. There was another dude behind the dude, so we've got some serious inception going on.
But that guy was just walking by. He was not.
Wouldn't he ask him? It's like, hey man, what are you doing though?
Yeah.
So maybe you're right. Maybe it is a ghost. Why can we see him?
It's not Ghost. Ghost is playing later today, but it could be a ghost.
He is. Oh, that matchup's going to be so good. You looking forward to it, Valdez?
Nah.
No.
Nah. Dalwin versus T1. Dalwin Kia versus T1. Nah. Yeah,
All right.
It's only like one of the
Boring
best
one.
matchups we have in the LCK
Yeah.
2021. It'll be fun. It'll be good.
Of course, Henna playing previously for Spear Gaming, I believe, in 2019 and a little bit earlier, but otherwise really hasn't been out of Challenger. Was the first of these current members of Fredit Brion to actually join the Brion organization, whether it be the Blade variety, the High Fresh variety, or the Fredit variety. It's quite a few. What are they going to be next week? Not entirely sure.
Who knows? I would assume that Fredit taken over here for the franchise spot. Oh, the guy's gone. He's gone.
Or maybe he's just invisible again.
Yeah. Maybe he moved through the door. It seems like we have the game back, so that's good news.
Oh, I don't know whether I want it back. I need to see whether or not the guy's going to come back.
Ghost man.
All right, well, we were rudely interrupted, so I wasn't able to actually play-by-play the end of that team. But I'd assume I said something really excited, and then I passed it over to you, Valdez.
Yeah. So Lava just got destroyed. We're probably going to see a replay, especially because of the break. Just really unfortunate positioning. He got flashed on by Rascal. Note that Rascal did not have to flash in the roam that BDD did earlier. So Lava's really up close here. And he just gets comboed down. It doesn't matter that he's got a lantern or all that good jazz. He's just going to get game played by the Syndra once again. Great engage there from Rascal. Everybody else on the side of Bro gets out. Note the great vault from Hoya to get over the wall. That was really cute. Did not have his flash, so could have been in trouble if he did not land that one. But at the end of the day, just kind of a lackluster effort by Fredit Brion to kind of try and get in there and contest the Rift Herald. That does go the way of Gen.G.
And currently in the matchup, Renekton's been winning. Not great.
Yeah.
Only seen it a few times so far, but it does in theory win. And often it's a team issue, right? That's why the Quinn doesn't work out, because you're not going to be able to team fight nearly as well in the later stages of the game, and you do have to rely on more of that 4-1 or 1-3-1 playstyle, which can be harder for a lot of teams to employ effectively. We'll just have to see, you know. Fredit Brion have already said that they pride themselves on having a new playstyle, something different to deliver. So we'll just have to see how it's going to go. As Ruler just, tags up the Thresh, gets out of there with a Killer Instinct. Easy peasy.
Delight's still here. That's going to be annoying. He's going to have to re-go for his back.
Boy is in the mid lane as well, as BDD going down pretty low as in goes Life just to stop. And he'll help BDD with some farm and some extra health, and then we'll back away.
Yeah, I don't know. That just looks really funny. Whenever Galio or like an Ornn gets hit by a bubble, it can be pretty silly. Henna's having some fun down there, actually, 1v1. He does have Delight nearby, but just trading off against the Kai'Sa is going to be fun if you can land that Calibrum Q.
Indeed. We've got a Serrated Dirk and a Pickaxe completed here for Ruler, though, so he's feeling a little bit better. Life not able to taunt Henna there. And like you were talking about, Calibrum makes things pretty easy underneath the turret to be frustrating. Like it a lot. Ooh, interruption. This is exactly what Rascal did to Doran. But Rascal's going to survive. It's going to be absolutely fine. No worries at all. As, okay, going to get the stun off. Blind comes in, but you're in the field. He can still see her. As Ruler's coming through for a gank.
It's just going to be a swap, I guess. I mean, Ruler doesn't have Killer Instinct, so it would have been cute, actually, if the Renekton goes in and then the Kai'Sa swoops down. Like, that would have been a nice little gank from Ruler, but not going to be the case there. Delight does deny him from earlier. But yeah, they're just going to go for a swap. They have the Rift Herald down already up in the top side, and they want to give the plates to Ruler.
I wonder who Gen.G thinks their carry is, by the
way. Yeah, I don't know. They have a lot of carries, but obviously they're trying to stack up their Kai'Sa.
Often Ruler does get a lot of the resources for this team, as we all know. Rascal, we'll just head towards the bottom side. Actually had a decent minion wave stacked up, and we'll be able to shove one back towards Hoya, who has also made that rotation over. He's got some Berserker's Greaves, not quite towards his Gale Force just yet. But that's absolutely fine. Having a look, we already do have Clid's purchased come through so far as Mythics are concerned, but not too much more.
Yes.
Remember, Renekton just wins this matchup, by the way. Rascal with the counter pick here. Nice work.
That was pretty funny because he was like, yeah, you know, I'm ranged. I can stick around. No, you absolutely cannot. It's like 108% HP to 10%. And he realizes that he needs to back, but he's giving so many plates for free over to the side of Rascal, who's having a great time down there.
Humpty hitting some spears. We do need to talk about the Moonstone Renewal being picked up on Clid, because it's the first time that we've seen that one. Well, me personally, anyway. And because people have pulled away, and we've got a teleport from BDD just back to his mid lane, I think we might have some time. So what's, okay, never mind. Maybe some action. Okay, good. We're fine. We're okay. We're okay.
LCK.
What's your opinion on the old Moonstone Renewer? Valdez?
I mean, it's a good item for utility, obviously. You get in there. You're going to be hitting people a lot, so you're going to be stacking up that heal. And
yep, you're passive as well on a lot of people. I mean, you tick it a lot.
For sure. I mean, it seems like an item that if you're not going like full carry damage Lilia, that you could use as we're going to have maybe an engage here.
Ooh. Humpty's going to miss the spear as Ruler flashes away. We've got teleports coming through everywhere as there's the heroic exit out from life. As Rascal, he's going to teleport in and run away. Beautiful. Love it. Fantastic.
I feel like Fred Brion did not call the bluff, right? Like the TP was coming in, but Fred Brion had, you know, essentially a 4-on-4 that they could have fought front to back there in a decent way, but they just got a little bit scared and everybody backed off from the Renekton TP and everybody just disengaged, so nothing happened. But I think that Bro probably could have considered a fight there.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit curious. I think Humpty missing the spear was a large issue in that one. However, you know, nothing to cry about. We've got only a 600 gold lead at this point in time as BDD comes down towards the bottom side to clear out this minion wave. Having a look at the gold advantages for Gen.G towards the top side, but you can see that Henna actually has a lot of money. Despite Ruler being given all those turret plates with the help of the Rift Herald and things like that, Henna just sitting in these lanes and farming things out is working pretty well. As Rascal takes down the turret, and now Hoya chasing him down, doesn't have the Gale Force just yet. As Rascal looking for it, he'll get the Kuldameek and Hoya. He's been in this position before, as now life's going to move on in. Hoya's sandwiched, has to flash to get himself out of there. And now another Rift Herald's going to go over to Gen.G, and it just feels like they're playing one step ahead of Fred Brion.
Yeah, starting with Rascal just taking the turret for free up on the top side, and then the vault into the wall. That really made Hoya kind of panic there when he wasn't able to get enough distance from that scary Croc. And here we go. They're just going to push the mid lane. Total control of the map right now to Gen.G as they'll look to take down this mid turret.
Yep, Humpty not going to find any joy with his spear either, and Zoe's going to lose her mid turret, one of Wolf's favorite facts, and also very relevant in this game as well. Because it's only 16 minutes in, you know, Zoe wants to be getting around the map and creating darkness, but it's getting a little bit darker on Fred Brion's side, and that's exactly not what you want if you're a Zoe player. So Lava, he's got his Leandries complete, but that is about it. And BDD is probably sitting on a fair stack of gold at the moment, just sitting by himself in the bottom lane.
Yeah, he's having fun. You know, he just had a great early game, and since then he hasn't been too present, but he's stacking up cash, as you did mention. You know, it's interesting to see Henna actually keeping up with Ruler, and probably going to be the one big carry for the side here of Fred Brion. And we'll see if he can do that. Lava being closed down on a little bit here, but looks like he will just be okay.
Yep, he's got his Exhaust and Flash available here with his Unsealed Spellbook, so he's going to be all right. As BDD looking to finish off this turret, and he's going to do so. The outer ring taken down systematically here by Gen.G. We were applauding T1's macro play, even with their much younger players on the roster. Gen.G also playing the map very, very well in their first series, and that is only going to continue here today by the looks of things.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Flash over there from Lava, looking for the paddle star. BDD flashes out, cleared. He's got his flash as well, and he's going to use it. Exhaust comes in. The spear again going to miss. Oh, man.
Bro.
Yeah, not much of a... There's a polarity problem with these spears, I think, as Rascal once again demonstrating the counterpick in the Renekton. Ruler walking away from Fred at Brion, and their desperation, you can see it in their play. Fred at Brion can't get anything as Void. Ooh, not going to land.
Yep, that would have been certain doom for him. But, man, Glid earns #1 teammate of the day already. He comes in there, takes a giant smack from the Zoe, and heals him up. He's got that Moonstone Renewer, and he's just there. He gets out alive, right? They had to blow double flash to try to get out of that one, but it's worth it because nobody goes down. They keep Bro at a killless score. And let's see how this team fight for the Cloud Drake will go. We had the Renekton go back, and he doesn't have TP, so maybe Gen.G will just give that one up.
Yep, looking pretty free at the moment. Of course, one singular Cloud Drake, not going to be the end of the world for anyone, but moving towards a Soul is always a good idea. As the Rift Scuttler going to get Liliad for a moment, as Umpty. He's going to take that one down. And yeah, so a couple of Drakes over to Fred at Brion, so at least they're able to stay up in that department. As BDD comes out from the side, Hoya terrified right there, as you can see, uses the Gale Force to get out.
Yeah, Gale Force is a pretty good item. I think that's probably the best that he could have gone for up there. It's going to be difficult to lock him down. Even the Renekton, you saw that he was just barely able to get out of range of that last swipe from the Renekton, the last Q. But, you know, like, the Quinn surviving with a tiny bit of health every time he enters lane is not... That's not supposed to be the story for the side lane. He's not supposed to be down 50 CS. And that's why we always kind of...
I hadn't even looked.
Yeah, we always kind of scratch our heads.
So depressing.
Look at the Quinn picks into the Renekton. We're like, yeah, okay, you know, we get it. But, like, like, doesn't really find too much victory. And as you mentioned, you know, it depends on how your team is doing as well, because if they just kind of get slaughtered, then, you know, as a singular split pusher, you're not going to have too much fun yourself.
Oh, no. I've seen this before.
Yeah. Who's chasing
Don't do it.
who?
Oh, yeah. This is exactly where Canna made that play. So I just couldn't help but get the flashback. Okay, but thankfully, we're all right. Still, the LCK Quinn is it's going to become a meme. I think it's not really working out for these guys.
Yeah. Speaking of other memes, Gnar got banned this game, so no orange buff in this game.
Yeah.
But maybe in the next one, you know, still a lot of chances to see Gnar, as it seems like all the teams are still enjoying that pick.
Yeah, as Jason likes to call it, the old trap card. Always makes me think of Yu-Gi-Oh! But yes, it absolutely has been a trap so far. I'm glad it's not in this game, but maybe it would be better than Quinn. Sadly.
Yeah, you know.
But we'll see.
But they banned it away, so they just had to go for the Quinn. It was the only option. You know, Kennen, I think, was available. Maybe they could have considered Kennen. But wasn't considered in this game, that's for sure. And Hoya was down 2 levels, now just 1, but still falling pretty far behind, as Rascal is just such a scary croc right now.
He's massive, now lurking to the south, as you can see. Unti, it's been a while since I've seen a spear land. Landed a couple early, but it really has been a lot of no joy for the aim of this guy this game. But it's okay. 3,000 gold the lead for Gen.G. Couple of kills, 4 turrets. Complete control of this game thus far. 2 minutes on the next Drake, and Baron's been alive for a couple of minutes as well, but not something that they're going to be looking at just yet. I imagine when Ruler has another item, it will be a pretty, you know, easy option for Gen.G to head over there. In fact, him and Rascal could probably just do it by themselves. As Umpty's going to sidestep the Scat of the Week quite nicely, as BDD will get a slowdown and just going to have them back away.
Yeah, no other action here. Just 2 kills in 22 minutes. We had a game yesterday that was like something like 35 kills in something like 25 minutes. So a little bit unbalanced there between the teams, but maybe we'll get some more action. It's just Fred at Brion kind of saying, okay, well, we're just gonna wait until Quinn gets huge, and we're gonna try to get Henna more fed. We know we're behind. We don't really want to fight right now. And they're just sitting back here, not really doing too much. It is a Cloud Soul, so at the end of the day, they can kind of just wait this one out. But Gen.G definitely still in total control of this game. That's not a question by any means. You can see they're trying to get a lot of vision down at the Baron. A very standard maneuver here at around 23 minutes.
Yeah, we'll see which lane they're going to be pressuring next. They've taken that inner turret on the top side of the map. Could be bottom lane that Rascal's going to park in, because he does have his teleport available and can get over there relatively easily. Going full tank after the Gore Drinker, as you can see. Randuin's very valuable, especially in the 1v1 against Hoya. Stormrazor done here for Hoya, so he at least has 2 items. The amount of completed items on top laners is evened out. Still don't think it's going to quite be enough as far as getting that value, as Rascal not going to be able to get in stun range as Hoya dashes after him.
Tickling him.
Turret shot and gets out. Yeah.
Oh, man. Obviously, you know, if he hits 4 items and begins to get maybe a little bit of armor penetration in the build, can begin to do some more damage. But as of now, even though he still has that kind of Quinn advantage on the range, not really going to be doing too much. As we see that here once again.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that big damage. Almost down to 1,000 health.
Got 2 teammates here now, but they're not going to go for any kind of dive as the Cloud Drake does go the way of Gen.G here.
Yep. I'll just move on over and grab it. And that soul that you were talking about, ever further away here for Fred at Brion. Some backs coming through. Pings out there onto Fredit, so they do know that Life has gone home. Could be something. Harrier just to scope the area there for Hoya, as he's going to go home as well. See where he's going next with his item build. Morellonomicon done for Lava. He's got a couple of items, as well as that Renan's Hurricane that Henna's put together as well, to add to the value of that Kraken Slayer. And Rapid Fire Cannon's done for Ruler, so wanting to go for more of that single target option and a little bit more poke ability. And with the range that Fred at Brion has, I certainly don't blame him for that one.
Yeah, you know, I don't mind it. We'll see if he goes into any other kind of single target items after this. No Nashor's Tooth, perhaps, at this point in time. But
I think it'll just be an Infinity Edge in this build.
Probably just
would make some sense.
Yeah, probably just a more standard kind of feeling here. And yeah, there really just hasn't been much else happening in this one. It's just kind of been, okay, maybe this is the moment for Rascal.
Yep, here's the battle. Does throw down the Randuins, but not going to be able to do it as Hook's going to land, and it's going to be thrown back. BDD, I don't think was able to actually lock that one down. It's flash forward with the portal jump from Lava, and that is going to secure the kill onto Cleared. Moonlight's Vigil actually did some work, as that Scat of the Week may have just saved the lives of the remaining members of Gen.G. Lava flashes over, though, and he says no. It's going to be traded back as a whole bunch of gameplay just hit Lava in the face. And he's going to go down as well. But he took down his target, and that is going to be the shutdown gold going his way as well. So I'd say worth.
Yeah, this time around, just getting kind of caught in the enemy jungle. The Lily is not the tankiest member in their lineup by any means, obviously. So you still got to be careful about just going the wrong space at the wrong time, just like this.
Speaking of which, yeah, exactly. In goes Ruler. Was able to get the Q off, and it took a little while to get there, but the Quinn was unfortunately 2v1'd. That's exactly not what you want. As we're going to check out this replay.
Yeah, so you can see they're fighting over the blue buff. There's not much else fighting happening right now. So Lava he really threads the needle on that one, actually. That was a very impressive bubble that moves through both Life and BDD that were crossing in front of it. And everybody else just getting a little bit too crazy in there on the blue buff side, as they're actually going for Baron right now. There's nobody over
here. Yeah, Gen.G already starting it up. Rascal does have teleport. He's going to get back to base, buy whatever he can, and then teleport in. So all 5 members in the area. Life very, very low, but it doesn't matter. You've got Lava in the bottom lane, and he ain't teleporting anywhere right now, and that Baron is just free.
Yeah, and even after they won the blue buff fight, they didn't come in here and seemingly clear any of this vision, because there are still 3 control wards up. There are multiple singular wards in there. As, okay, we're going to take another look at Hoya. Just, don't go into the dark jungle by yourself, guys. That's kind of the, you know, especially when you're below half health. Like, that red buff is not yours. You don't have any vision in there, so you got to be careful. As he snuck around the vision that time around, Rascal. But yeah, it seems like the vision control was still there for Gen.G after the scuffle over the blue buff, so they just moved over and took it for their own. There wasn't much that Bro could do.
Yep, seemed a little bit too easy, to be perfectly honest, as more gameplay is going to rain down onto Hoya. In goes Ruler, he's going to press Q, and that auto-targets as well, guys, so that's a very dead Quinn. Lava tries to dash on in, will get stunned, but thankfully Portal Jump exists. And that's just a pick on the top laner. Gen.G looking a little bit unstoppable at this stage of the game.
Yeah, and this is what happens when you try to hop into 5 members as a Quinn. That's just straight up, like, especially when they have so much burst damage. Like, you can't just hop into them. That's never going to go well for you. So now Gen.G, with the Baron buff, they're just looking to push this and maybe go for the double inhibitor play.
Should be pretty comfortable as well, Valdez. I don't really see what Fred Brion's going to be able to do about this one. This will fall down as well. First inhibitor hasn't even been taken just yet, but they can grab that one on their way out if they would like to, and they do so very comfortably. Now it looks like it's going to be reset time and then come back and win the game.
Yeah, well, you know, this is kind of what you do. This is the set gameplay. If you look at the, you know, the script for what is a standard game of League of Legends, you get ahead, you take the Baron, you take down 2 inhibitors, rebuy, and then you go back. So here you can see Ruler just flashes away, and Hoya's like, you know, witness me, I guess. Like, you know, what is he gonna do? Like, he goes in there and vaults onto the Kaisa. He's never gonna get that kill, and he just dies.
Yep, I can. Oh no, okay. BDD is stuck between a rock and a hard place. He might be able to kill one of them as he's going to go golden. Hoya is going to survive as Ruler swoops in. We've traded 1 for 1, and Aphelios is dead. And that means Ruler has free reign of the fight. I don't know how BDD is the only one to fall there, and then it's actually working out real bad for Bro, because that was 4 people literally surrounding him. As Flash on in, yep, once again, you know, it's just so hard to play as Quinn into Renekton. Like, it's a hard counter, as we know here in the LCK, as Umti's also going to feel the wrath of the angry Croc. And with 4 people dead, Gen.G are going to see to these Nexus turrets and see to game 1.
Yeah, that should be the end of this one. Not much hope here for Fred Brion as their Nexus does go down. Gen.G, they're not going to do the Damwon Kia thing where they all pile in.